Time to get started on the Subaru, on the Cadillac, not Subaru. Got Subaru coming in here in a little bit. I got to work on. What I'd like to do is, I think the last video we left off, I think everything's ready to go. We unhooked the drive shaft. So at this point, the engine is supported, and I also took a few big zip ties and zip tied the radiator to the upper support. So hopefully that doesn't fall out. I think at this point we need to remove the cradle, or we're at least going to get it loose and see how things are. Now the engine is just kind of wiggly up here on top of the mount, so we should be good in that regard. So let's start loosening this up, seeing what she looks like. Got to kind of keep you guys there out of the way. I don't know. I don't think we have to take these brackets all the way off the frame there. Oops. Here's a little metal or a little clamp there goes there. Just bend that up. That's for the old, what you call it? There we go. I keep that on there. That's a little metal clip for the, you know, a little plastic tray there, the guy. All right, there's that. Now we're gonna crack these 18mm headed bolts loose here. I'm gonna leave these ones in part of the way. Those are some long-winded ones there. After this, she should be loose. That's that. Oops. Want to make sure our knuckles are going to be out of the way. It's going to have a little tension pushing down just from those. Oh, we have a wiring harness here. Okay, that stays with the rack. I want to make sure I'm not really missing anything. Best bet probably, I was going to say me and Josh could probably take it out, but I think what I'll do is I'll get the tranny jack, we'll stick it under here just to be safe in case I'm missing a wire or something. That way we don't have to, you know, hold it and fiddle. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens now. That bolt. There's that bolt. So all four of those are the same. I just want to make sure my bolts are the same before I mix them up. And they are. Okay. All right, in theory, as long as our engine doesn't fall down. Oh, fella. All right, let's make sure. Yeah, it looks like our radiator is still kind of attached here at the bottom. No, it shouldn't be. Should be hanging. A little heavier in the back than I thought it was going to be. Make sure I don't see any hoses or anything. And I don't. It's interesting. Service data told you to take all the vacuum lines off the frame, but I can't see a reason why. All right, let me get my wiring harness here. Okay, there's one clip for the wiring harness. Let me get a retainer tool here. I can't figure out how these come unhooked. The electrical connector, these are the little solenoids that control the vacuum motor mounts. and I can't figure out this connector, so I unhooked the vacuum supply from it. Let's see if we can't get on. I just don't want to break them. There it goes. Okay. The release tab is when you pull the lock tab back. I assume you're supposed to be able to push on it. So then I'm just going to put them back because I don't want to get the lines all mixed up here. So I'm just going to plug them back in vacuum wise. And stick the bolt back in them. And then this other one will do the same thing. I didn't see this electrical harness at first. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's how you do it. Easy. Once you pull the lock tab back, you gotta push in on the lock tab. We'll hook the vacuum lines back to them. Well, I'm glad I didn't have Josh come over and help me, because we'd really been struggling to hold this thing. I thought I had it all, but alright, we should be clear now. And then this harness is going to go with the engine. So we just have to unhook the transmission lines now, move them to the side. But we have to put a stand under here just in case our little contraption up there cuts loose on us. We don't want it to all kind of fall on the floor. So I put the training jack under here, but I didn't pick up on the engine. I had it so it just barely touches, because that's only there for catastrophic failure in the event of. So now we want to take these transmission lines loose. I'd unhook them from the radiator, but my zip tie that's holding the radiator in goes around one of them, so we're not going to do that. We're going to unbolt them right from the side of the training here. They're all one piece. Get your bucket ready, because we're probably going to pee a little bit here. We'll take the bolt out. Got the baking pan ready. Oh, ain't that something? I don't know if they come out all the way. We might have to, comes up against the heat shield here. You guys might have to close your eyes a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay. Get them drizzling. I want to take, well, it's not going to drip that way. We could plug off the transmission, but really there's not a lot dripping out of here. Yeah, not too bad. Lines are pretty well empty. We'll set this on the ground. And then these lines, I'm just going to take and stick them up here inside the body. We're going to zip tie them back out of the way. Actually, I'll move them right over here. Stick them right up here, look at that. It's like it was made for it. So now, in a perfect world, this will, it should all come out, folks. Put that bolt back in the transmission. We'll plug the bolts in after we let it down. So all we have to do now, theoretically, get our hose out of the way. Unbolt the transmission. Once we set it down, we're going to put a jack stand, you know, probably under here somewhere. Unbolt the cross member, and then we'll stick a jack stand right here and right here. Unbolt the cross member, and then we should be able to pick the car up, because there's nothing else. We can get our train jack out of the way. Like I said, there's nothing. This isn't holding anything. It was just a precaution. And the whole engine should come out of it now, right? We always think that, but we're gonna find that one wire or something that we missed. Hopefully not. We'll find out though. The whole thing should come out. She should be free. The only thing holding the transmission in is a cross member, and the only thing holding the engine in is our sketchy J hook. Yeah, we had a block of wood there, huh? That 2x6 on top there. Yep. And then set it down slow. Okay, just a second. Okay, keep going down. Oh, stop. Okay. Should be all set underneath. We're gonna loosen this up here. This shouldn't have any tension on it right now. Or very little. It should be sitting on the jack stands. Okay. What we want to do is we want to get this right out of here. Well, I mean, we can leave it on the car. I guess we ain't gonna. Just want to get it out of that wiring harness. Okay, Vanessa, I'm gonna need you to raise it up by pushing the button, but just like half a Mississippi. Okay, give me a half a Mississippi. Do a 1 Mississippi. Okay, do it again. Okay, let me go underneath. I'm gonna go underneath it, folks, and watch what's going on. Okay, go Mississippi. Do it again. Give me 2 Mississippis. Okay, just a second. This thing is tiger tight across the back here. Alright, we got the steering shaft about ready to hit the manifold. Well, that's pretty snug up through there. I don't know if that's going to make it. The steering shaft doesn't look like it's going to clear the exhaust manifold. Give me a 1 Mississippi. Oh, let's see. I think I have to pull this heat shield out, folks. We lack just a little bit clearing this steering shaft. I'm going to take, there's 3 bolts on this thing, see if that gives us enough room. Oh, I need a short 10. this AFR sensor here. I'm gonna set these bolts right there for the time being. Don't forget them. Oh, she's just gonna squeak by there now, boys. So can we unplug this thing? Ah, these stinking connectors on this car. Kind of like German connectors. They seem very fragile, so you don't wanna. Get them unhooked here. Okay, got it. Take the heat shield off. We'll take our 3 bolts, we'll throw this on a pile, and now we should be ready to take the engine out. Mrs. O's on the phone, so it's up to us to give the proper amount of Mississippi's. The only thing I see that's snug over here are the heater core hoses where they run next to this wiring harness. Boy, they're pretty tight. They're probably not going to be an issue coming out, but I bet they're going to be kind of a pain in the neck putting them back in. Just my guess.
Do some.
We do, if you're not busy. They're pretty snug over here, my guy. Give me a couple Mississippi's. That's a half of Mississippi. All right, keep going. Give me a long 2-3 second one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty tight on these fuel lines. Cable, she's hanging loose. All right, give her a couple, 2-3 seconds there. Oh, just a minute. Something kind of jerked there. I think it was, I think it's tight coming past these lines here, folks. It has this little piece of carpet back here that was kind of hung up. Let's see here. Steering shaft's good now. Ay, ay, ay. Let's watch these heater lines. Go ahead and do it again, Vanessa.
2 or 3?
Yeah. Oh, just a minute. I'm seeing it's moving for some reason. I don't want her dancing too much here. There's probably... Okay, heater hoses are clear. Why was it dancing? We don't want to dance. That's why right there, my guy. Shifter cable, we're gonna stick that back here. Should be out of the way now. It doesn't take much, boy. You'd be surprised what one little wire will do. Just get out of the way. Right, give us a couple 2-3 seconds there. Okay. All right, now the next step's quite important here. I want to stick this shift cable out of the way. The next step is, we're kind of a little bit too late for this, but if you're using a lift, the last thing you want is this car to go spinning backwards off the lift because you took a few 100 pounds off the front.
It's a little late for that.
It's a little late for that.
And I'm out here doing this.
You're in the safe zone.
I don't feel like it.
Now, trust me, old girl. Sit you guys down, so we're gonna... She feels pretty stable to me. I've only ever tipped one backwards.
Is that your technical way of checking it?
It's in service data.
Just wiggle it?
To wiggle the front end.
And then what?
And then if it falls down, you're doing it wrong. If it stays on, you're doing it right.
Really?
Honest. See, even Josh knows.
He's laughing. Like, that sounds like BS.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, Vanessa. Okay. Give me a good 5-second jobby. That's good. Perfect. There she is, boys. That was the easy part. Really, it was. It's gonna take just as long to swap all this crap over. The dilemma becomes if you, because this thing is so tight coming out. If you guys saw it, like I say,
Draw some marks on the floor or something.
well, you can't just draw marks of your jack stands.
I know, but like, I'll like where everything, like his lineup.
You steal my thunder. You steal my thunder. So what we do, what is my habit to do is I use a plumb bob. I'll drop it off of points that are fixed. So not like this point because this is rubber mounted. But I'll drop a plumb bob off fixed points. That way we can set the engine exactly where it was. Because once you start putting this thing down, use that motion, there's really no wiggling this around the way we have it. We're not fortunate enough to have a lift table to do this properly. Instead, we got to do it dangerously.
Oh, how much is a lift table?
I don't know, but
is it worth your life?
that's your call. So I'd have one
I'll
already.
go buy one right now.
Really? We can go.
I don't know. How much is this?
I don't know. But I bet it'd be awesome to have. The only reason I don't have one is because they take up a tremendous amount of the room. And I'll risk my life doing it like this.
Versus
finding some
storing it in
places.
your shed
Yes,
or-
exactly. All right, enough about that. Looks like we might be able to get one though. We got to make our marks, but first I got some appointments to do. So
I guess
what do you
the
guys?
only thing is most people don't have a lift table. So if you're really showing them how to do it, they kind of can get some jacks.
Probably 95% of people watch the channel don't have a
there.
lift.
Yeah.
Just saying, all right? It's a little hard to do with jacks and jack stands.
Well then,
So, but that's all right. We just use what we have.
maybe their buddy's got a lift
Always get a buddy with a lift and a cart trailer.
and a lift table.
And a lift table, yep. If you want friends, buy a lift.
Oh, this is how you get friends?
This is how you get friends.
Oh.
So, we found some more sin from the body shop guy. The hood, he left the hood loose. That bolt right there is super loose and the hood's flopping around. I put the hood strut back on to hold the hood open. Well, he also, this thing was broke too. And this screw is missing. This screw right here. If I remember correctly. And I got a pretty good memory. It's like a ball. I call it the ball. All right, we gotta get busy. So we have left now, we've got these bolts here. We don't want to forget where they go. So we're just gonna stick them back up in the appropriate hole. Whoop, drop that one right on the floor. Got some kind of body goo or something coming out of here. Of course, we'll have to take them back out, but at least this way we're not looking for them, except for the one we dropped. Oh. And last but not least, this is all the extra parts we have. Who remembers where they go? This guy does. These are a couple motor mount nuts. So bring the nut to there in the bag. We'll stick one there. Stick that one there. And then we had the one clip. Remember I dropped that on the floor. It went in the bucket back in part one. And that is for the heater hoses here. So to avoid losing it. I don't know if I can give it the one-handed handy here or not. Probably not. Yes, sir. So that's how far you have to pull them out, take them off, clip them back on, and that's it. So, all right, folks, that's gonna do it for this part. I got a full day of work to do today.